Hey there guys, what's up? Ragtter here, welcoming you to Ladder Anxiety. Competitive games can be really scary sometimes, and they can be very intimidating and hard to get into, but they do not have to be. Especially when new rules come out, new players can be scared off, but new rules can also be a chance to bring a community together and try new things. And I actually found out about the team that I'm going to be using from the community. I found this team from Shofu, who in turn found it from the Nugget Bridge website, and I'll put a link to both of those in the description below. And I wanted to play with it because it looked like fun, and it looked like something that I would enjoy at least trying out. Win or lose, we can see if it's a good time or not. And I can actually see how I feel about the rules in the VGC 2016, because I haven't played it at all yet, and I'm pretty excited. So I'm going to lead with Groudon. It can definitely do a lot of work against most of my opponent's team. And I'm tempted to lead with Mawile, because my opponent doesn't really have anything that can hurt Mawile. Although I kind of want to lead with Cresselia to get my Trick Room off, so I'm going to do just that. I think I'll bring Mawile in the back because, it threatens most of my opponent's team. And then it looks like I might be able to get some work done with Hydreigon. But I also kind of want to bring Xerneas. I think I'll bring Xerneas. I think it's worth it just to have it in the back. I can certainly do a lot of damage with it. So my opponent's going to get Dialga off. And I'm going to get my Intense Sun because Groudon moves second. So I'm going to go for the Protect. I don't think Dialga gets Fake Out. So I'm just going to immediately go for Trick Room. And let's see if we can't get Groudon moving first in these engagements. I'm imagining my opponent's going to do something to either get rid of my ability, or they're going to have to hard switch Kyogre out of here, because this is not a good matchup for it without its heavy rain up. Dialga, I have no idea what it wants to do. I know they run Choice Scarf sometimes, and with Roar of Time they become excellent revenge killers. So Groudon is going to get its Protect, going to be immune to the low kick. I'm going to get Trick Room, so I'm moving first now. And I just want to go for Precipice Blades and Helping Hand, just to do as much damage as I can. Dialga is not going to enjoy taking that. Kyogre is going to take a lot of damage just courtesy of the Helping Hand, not even regards to how much damage Precipice Blades does by itself. And we'll see. And if things don't work out, then that's okay. You don't have to win every game, and every turn doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to have fun. And honestly, I am having quite a lot of fun right now. So my opponent makes a really good switch by going into Clefairy, and that's going to reduce the amount of damage that Dialga and Clefairy are going to take. Or rather, Dialga is going to take because of Clefairy. So I'm just going to go for the Precipice Blades again, and I'm going to hard switch out of Cresselia and into Mawile. And Mawile is going to get the Intimidate onto Dialga, so in case it does go for the Sucker Punch again, I'll take less damage this time around. So the Intimidate hits Clefairy, it hits Dialga. Dialga is going to go for the Protect. Clefairy is going to get a Reflect off before it goes down, and Dialga is going to avoid the damage once again. So Kyogre is going to come back out, and my opponent is almost assuredly aware I'm going to have to hard switch, but I think Cresselia can take at least one attack from either of these Pokemon. So I'll switch into that, and I will go for the Mega Evolution onto Mawile. And just to keep it from taking too much damage, let's go for the Protect on it. So Cresselia comes out, Dialga's going to switch out. Oh, so one of those was definitely a Zoroark. I'm not sure which one. What moves did Dialga go for? I wasn't entirely paying. Low Kick, so that other Pokemon must have been Zoroark. So now the real Dialga is out here. I've only got one turn of Trick Room left. And I think what I want to do is go for Helping Hand onto Mawile. I kind of wish I had Protect on Cresselia, but you can only do so much. Actually, let's double up into Dialga and just try and do as much damage as we can to it. So the Play Rough's going to go off. It's not going to do a lot, but I'm going to get the attack decrease. And I do get the freeze, but it does thaw out immediately. It goes for the Draco Meteor onto Mawile, which is pretty interesting. I'm guessing my opponent was expecting the switch. So I'm going to go for the Trick Room onto Cresselia. And I think I'll go for the Play Rough onto Kyogre, just to do what damage I can. Cresselia is going to avoid the attack, but unfortunately Mawile is going to go down to a critical hit. But with my Trick Room out, I can now bring Groudon back out, get my Desolate Land back, and I can definitely start applying a lot of pressure. So I'm going to go for the Ice Beam into the Dialga slot. It's been avoiding me this whole game, and I'm just going to nail the Precipice Blades. Now I have to be careful because I do only have one more switch for Groudon. So if Kyogre gets the advantageous switch and I can't bring Groudon out anymore, then I definitely lose this game. So Zoroark's going to come out. Dialga is going to protect itself. My Precipice Blades are going to knock Zoroark very low though. And my team's Reflect is going to wear off. So without Clefairy rather, my opponent is in a bit of a tight spot there. And I feel pretty confident in just going for another Precipice Blades. I know Zoroark... Kyogre's going to come out. I know Zoroark hits pretty hard with that Sucker Punch. I'm not going to do really any damage at all to Kyogre. But I am going to do a lot with my Precipice Blades though. So Dialga's going to come back out. And now I want to switch into Xerneas. Sorry, not with that one. I'm going to go for the Ice Beam onto Dialga again. And I'm going to hard switch into Xerneas on Groudon. Xerneas is going to take a lot of damage, but I've definitely got the advantage here, because I can bring in Groudon, and my opponent can't do anything about it, because at this point, I have the last switch. So Groudon's going to come out, and its Precipice Blades are going to be the deciding factor here. There's only one turn of Trick Room left. I'm pretty sure I'm slower than both of these Pokemon. At least I should be. I'm going to go for the Helping Hand onto Xerneas. And let's go for Dazzling Gleam and hope we're slower. Cresselia is going to get its Helping Hand off, but Dialga's Flash Cannon is going to take me out. The Ice Beam is also going to knock out Cresselia. Now the Heavy Rain is going to be gone, but so are my Twisted Dimensions. So let's see if Groudon can't finish off this game. One Precipice Blades should do it if it hits, and if not, then I have lost, and that's just the way it has to be. I am in fact going to lose because of my speed, but Groudon did a great job. That was a great battle. My opponent is going to leave. It came down to the wire there. If I had had one more turn of Trick Room, I definitely could have won that, assuming mishacks didn't happen, but it's no big deal. I had fun with that game. It was very enjoyable. So in our next game, I definitely need my speed again. So it looks like Mawile is going to be helpful once more. So I'm going to bring Groudon and Cresselia again. And I'll bring Mawile, and it looks like Weavile will be pretty handy. So I'll bring Weavile in the back, just so I can maybe pick off that Salamence. Maybe get some priority off onto a weakened Talonflame. Definitely good against Cresselia. It's only... Oh, excuse me. It's only against Xerneas and Sylveon that Weavile will really struggle here. But hopefully I can make it work. The Talonflame is definitely cause for alarm, but I think if I play my cards right, things will work out. Now the Fairy Aura Sylveon is a very, very scary combo. I'm immediately going to go for the Protect, and go for the Trick Room with Cresselia. So the Hyper Beam is going to come out right away. It's going to knock me down to my Citrus Berry. The Dazzling Gleam is going to hurt Cresselia, but I'm going to get my Trick Room off. Now I'm going to go for Precipice Blades, and I'm going to switch out of Cresselia and into Mawile. So Mawile is going to come out, going to get the Intimidate, while Sylveon has to recharge. Xerneas is going to be behind that Protect, but now I can go for the Sucker Punch onto Sylveon, either force it to switch, or force it to go for a non-attacking move. I'm imagining it's choice specs, so that's probably not going to happen. Mawile is going to get the Sucker Punch off and KO Sylveon. My Precipice Blades are going to just dance over Cresselia's head. And Kyogre is going to come out to get its Rain, which is not the biggest deal in the world. I think I go for Protect here. And then with Mawile, I'm imagining the Cresselia wants to... Normally it would go for its own Trick Room, but I guess it's probably going to wait out mine. So I think I go for the Play Rough onto Cresselia just to try and do some damage. Kyogre's going to go for Protect. Groudon's also going to go for Protect. And Cresselia is going to reset the speed with its Trick Room. It's actually funny, my Mawile is slower than that Cresselia. Now I don't know what Cresselia wants to go for on this turn, but I'm definitely going to switch into Weavile. And let's go for one more Play Rough. I think I can take one more attack. Xerneas is going to come out. Weavile is going to join the fray. The Water Spout's going to knock Weavile down to its Focus Sash, but it's going to take out Mawile completely, which is really unfortunate, but it gives me the chance to bring Groudon back in. So with Groudon out here, I think I go for the Fake Out onto Xerneas, and then I just try and get off what Precipice Blades I can. Going to go back out into Cresselia, so I'm actually wasting a turn here. My Precipice Blades are going to miss Cresselia and Xerneas. So I'm going to hard switch out of Groudon back into Cresselia, and I'm going to go for the knockoff on Weavile onto Cresselia. My opponent's Cresselia, that is. My Sunlight fades as I switch out. Cresselia comes out. I'm going to get the knockoff going, knocking away its Mental Herb. Xerneas is going to go for its Geomancy. Kyogre is going to come back out. Now let's see what I can do here. I could have gone for the Taunt, just to stall Xerneas a bit more, but you live and you learn. So it doesn't have an item anymore. I'm just going to go for the Icicle Crash. I'm kind of hoping that Weavile goes down this turn. And let's go for the Trick Room onto Cresselia. Hope it sticks around. It is not, in fact, going to stick around. Cresselia is going to faint. Kyogre is going to go for the Ice Beam. So once again, it all comes down to Groudon. Let's see if I'll be able to take a hit from Xerneas and take this game home. The Dazzling Gleam's gonna hurt. The Ice Beam's gonna hurt even more. But Precipice Blades, it's not going to be enough. That's GG. And let's forfeit with a bit of grace. Ooh, whoops. Forfeit. There we go. So I lost both of these matches, which I think might be a first for Ladder Anxiety, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it shows off that, you know, even very experienced players can struggle in a new format, and I don't think that's a bad thing, because I did learn a lot. I learned that this team isn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. Not in terms of it being bad or anything, I think it's a very well constructed team, but it doesn't suit my playstyle as much as I thought it would. So I'm probably going to find another team that suits me a bit better, play with that a little bit, and then make my own adjustments to definitely nail my own playstyle down. And that's really what you have to do. You just make adjustments and you play again, and you win or you lose, you make more adjustments, you win or you lose, and you keep going. That's how you play competitive Pokemon. You just keep going until you don't feel like having fun anymore. But I definitely had fun today, and I've certainly learned a lot. I hope you did too. If you had fun with this video, then please leave a like and a comment down below telling me just how much fun, and I will be sure to see you next time as we return to Ladder Anxiety. Until then, thank you for watching, take care, and have a good one. Bye-bye!